Hello everyone. I want to talk today about crime and social constructs. So a lot of people have probably heard the phrase X is a social construct, and a lot of people have probably heard a lot of conservative hyperventilating that X can't be a social construct. It's real, it exists. Yes, it's real, it exists. The point is, it is socially constructed and therefore exists. For instance, most people recognize theft is a crime. But where do we draw the boundaries on what is theft? This kind of argument is where you get the taxation is theft kind of arguments from, is that, no, this should be it. Unfortunately, taxation is theft also kind of lands along the lines of commerce is theft. It doesn't lend itself well to creating a new boundary. But there are a number of good examples. I mean, you can ask, why is homosexuality a crime? Because someone decided it was bad and made it a crime. That's really all there is to it. They generally don't have a deeper rationale for why the government should get involved in someone's bedroom, but there it is. And you can see a couple crimes of this. You can see a couple places. Highlighting, for instance, when we say the law is not here to protect you and the police are not here to protect you, they're here to protect your employer, or capitalists, or however it wants to get put up, or the rich, depending on why it's being employed. The primary example you can see is in theft. If I steal $15 from my employer, that is theft. In fact, let's get a little bigger. If I steal $100 from my employer, that is theft. If my employer doesn't pay me $100 that I am entitled to, that is also theft. But it is wage theft, and wage theft isn't a crime, it's a civil problem. It's a contract dispute. But what's happening here? If I in the end, what is happening is we have decided that your employer giving you money per your contract and failing to do so is not a crime. It's just a civil issue that needs to get dealt with. You're going to be homeless in the process. You're going to have all your finances ruined, but it's okay. This isn't a crime. The wage theft is the most severe form. Is by far the biggest form of theft we see in the United States. Just because of the width and breadth of it, and the difficulty in holding people to account. Generally, that results in losing your job. So yeah, there is that. Now, the reason I bring this up is because a police union has recently, and I now can't tell you where that police union is, I apologize. Go to techdirt.com. It's going to be like the first post for the 27th. A police union has just released it. Provide an award for Officer of the Year 2020. And it's an interesting choice. And there are effectively three interpretations of what's going on. So there was an officer. The officer who received it had a notable early career. That's it. That's all he has. In fact, he hasn't done any work in the last year because he's been in the entire... he has not worked one day. He did not work one day in 2020 because he's been on suspension. Because he spent the previous year and a half getting paid to run a single investigation for which he did nothing. Within a month of it being given to someone else, there was an arrest. It was a child abuse case. And apparently he just wasn't investigating child abuse. Kinda sucks. So the guy who didn't do an investigation and clocked like 49 hours of overtime plus all his normal hours for months. I think it was over a year. He was on suspension for a year. And he got an award for being the best police officer in the year he didn't serve. There are like 3 explanations for that. There are like 3 setups for this. The first thing I'll note is apparently all that embezzlement, that was embezzlement. Working for the employer, not doing anything, even clocking overtime. He needed something better. He didn't at all. So what actually happened? So what actually happened is the union, closing ranks as it does, has decided to tell the officer on suspension that no, that's a great job. Keep embezzling from. Please keep embezzling from the department when you get back. The second is that, in fact, the reason they did this is because the union is dissatisfied with one of the because it is dissatisfied with I lost that train of thought, didn't I? It's because it's dissatisfied with the police chief at the department. And so, as a sign of no confidence, they decided to give the award to a completely unqualified officer, whom he had rightfully suspended. Once another tale of unions completely undermining having a respectable police force. The third, and this is my personal interpretation. This is the union saying that we should defund the police because they think the best officer is the one that is at home, not doing any work, not receiving pay. So I say we listen to this union, and we immediately defund all police. Because the best officer is one who isn't doing his job. Literally sitting at home, not doing his job. That was the best officer of 2020. And I can't think of a better ringing endorsement for the United States, the police throughout the United States, than being told that the best officer in one of the unions is the officer who didn't do anything. That is the only officer that they could actually give the award to and not immediately be told that the officer had done something horribly, horribly wrong in 2020. That is what they have told me. I hope you agree.